Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 507th Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. Straight away, you will see that it's not a Rome Total War game, but a Barbarian Invasion battle. And what I thought I would do is just show you the five of the factions that are involved in this battle, and just for you to have a look at some of the units within these factions for you to look out for during the course of the battle. Let's say every Sunday night now we play Barbarian Invasion. We love RTW Fridays and Saturdays, but Sunday we make our Barbarian Invasion night. And this is the Roman Western Empire faction here. Okay, as you say, it's very much like RTW. You can see they've got their first cohort unit there, which is an Eagle unit. If you notice that, 27 defense, and of course the Eagle units give morale to nearby enemy troops. And of course there's a 122 man unit there, so that's a lot of pilers. You've got the auxiliary Palatina, which are good spearmen there, and they can form a good shield wall. First Prime uses these guys in his shield wall at the front of his battle formation, and they seem to be very formidable. You've got the Plumbatari, who actually throw steel-tipped darts, and they've got a long range, and I think they throw about 10 each. But as I say, they've got a long range and they can be devastating against enemy troops. So let's say here, the Romans have got a big advantage because they've got so many missile troops. There you are, you've got the Comitatenses, and they're also missile troops as well, infantry. So they can do a lot of damage, and also this is their best cavalry, I think, the Sarmatian Auxiliary cavalry there with a 22 defense. You'll see First Prime likes using this faction a lot, and he's got the formation army right down. It's pretty good. And then we've got the Lombardi faction here. And these are barbarian troops here, okay? They've got good long-range archers, armoured archers there, okay? They've got the spear war band there that can form, if you look, can you see they can form a skeleton, which is like a circle of spears. Okay, they form like it's a special formation. It's an anti-cavalry formation. And then you've got the Lombard Berserkers with their 2 hit points and the massive fear factor that they bring, destabilizing enemy troops. You've got the Horde Chosen Swordsmen. If you notice there, they're pretty good guys that they can form shield walls as well. You've got the Golden Band guys as well. They've got excellent morale, and they're pretty good infantry in their own right. Then you've got the Chosen Axemen, and these guys are effective against armour, and if you use them correctly they can cut wide swathes through enemy troops. And then you've got the Night Raiders, like the Germania faction in RTW. These guys are effective against armour, but they also got a big fear factor they bring as well. So that's the barbarian troops there. Now you've got the Burgundian Lancers with a massive 10 charge. Now the 10 charge is the highest charge in the game for cavalry, and that is some kind of impact, that 10 charge. I think them and the Frank Paladins have got that charge. Then you've got the Barbarian Noble Cavalry with 22 defense. They're pretty good cavalry as well. So that's the Lombardis there. Then you've got the Roman Eastern Empire rebels. Okay, now make no mistake, the cavalry here, the Equites Cataphractori. Okay, Equites Cataphractori, 31 defense, as you can see there, and an 8 charge. So they're really good cavalry. And then you've got the Equites Clibanarii. Now these guys have got a 32 defense, but they're also effective against armour. So make no mistake, those 2 cavalry units there are really tough. They've got Eastern archers here as well, good long-range armoured archers. You've got the spearmen, the Legio Lanciarii, and they're pretty good spearmen as well, and they throw missiles. And like we say, we've got the first cohort units there, which 122 man units. There's a lot of firepower there. You've got the Plumbatari that throw those metal-tipped darts. Of course, once again, missile troops, long-distance missile troops, and then of course you've got these Comitatenses. They're also missile troops as well. So with all the missiles that these Roman troops can throw, of course they can cause massive damage to barbarian troops before you can even get close to them. So you've got to be so tactical when you attack Rome. But as I say, watch out for those 2 cavalry units there. They are massive. Now we're going to move on to the Franks. Okay, now the Franks have got cavalry called the Paladins. Okay, now these guys are really got excellent morale. They got a really powerful 10 charge. I say that's the highest charge in the game. So the impact with these Paladins are really good. You've got their archers aren't very good, haven't got very good range. Okay, but apart from their archers, I mean, you've got the spearmen there. They can form a shield wall, which is pretty tough. You've seen the shield walls, I think, some of the screenshots that I've saved. They are pretty difficult to combat. Then you've got the Francisca Herban. Now these guys throw axes. They're really good infantry in their own right. They've got good morale, good stamina. Then you've got the Horde Chosen Swordsmen. They're really good infantry as well, and they can form a shield wall. You've got the Axe Hurban. Now these guys can form a shield wall. They're pretty good as well. Okay, so the Franks are pretty good, but remember that bringing a religious faction is very important. Morale in Barbarian Invasion seems to be even more important than in RTW. So bringing a religious faction is always good. This is the army, the faction that I've bought is the Alemanni. Okay, so we've got Barbarian Noble Cavalry there. They're pretty good. You've got the Burgundian Lancers there with their massive 10 charge. So you've got choose whichever cavalry you like there. They've got good long range archers, armored archers there. Well, they're actually shorter range. Now these archers here are not armored, but they've got a longer range. So you need to choose what you want, either armored archers with a shorter range or the non-armoured archers with a longer range. It's up to you which you would choose to bring there. Then you've got spears there. Once again, can form the Skiltron. Remember, that's a circle formation there of spears, anti-cavalry. So they're quite useful to have. I've got a Lombard Berserkers with their 2 hit points and massive attack specifications. You've got the Golden Band, good infantry in their own right. Got Chosen Axemen. And of course, got Night Raiders, the same as in the Germania faction there, effective against armour, and they actually bring a big fear factor. Okay, so let's say with all these different factions, we're still all experimenting and learning these different factions here, and it's really exciting actually to learn all these different factions, the strengths and weaknesses, what best formation and stuff like that. Okay, hope you enjoy the battle. Okay, and here are the teams. Here is the host of the game, Brotherhood member Crypto, who has bought the Lombardi faction. And have a quick look at his army here. Let's say Crypto's got custom maps, and it's nice to fight on the custom maps. So there you go. You can see he's got his Golden Band infantry there. Okay, they're pretty good. And he's got 7 upgrades on, Experience Stripe, Gold Shield, Gold Attack. And then he's got his Lombard Berserkers. Now remember, these bring a big fear factor. I think those are effective against armor swords that they carry there. And they can be quite devastating if used in the correct timing. You need a good timing with Berserkers, of course, as we know. Okay, so he's got Golden Band and Berserkers as his infantry. Now, if you notice here, he's got the armoured Chosen Archers here. Now, these have got good range, reasonable range, but not as much as a non-armoured Archers there. If you notice, they're well armoured, these guys. You can see they even got face armour there, if you notice. He's bought the Barbarian Noble Cavalry. Quick look at them. Okay, make no mistake, these cavalry are pretty tough cavalry in their own right. Okay, they're pretty good. So that's his Burgundy army there. Okay, Lombardi army there. It's pretty good. And now we're going to move on to a Brotherhood member, Legion 22, who's got the Roman Western Empire army here. Okay, you see there's several different factions of Roman armies here. Okay, you can see he's got the non-armoured archers there, okay, and then he's got the commandantes, as we've seen before, the missile troops there, okay. As I say, the Roman armies in this game are very powerful. They've got lots of missile troops, so when you attack them, you have to be very careful there. You can see he's got spearmen in his army there. You can see there he's got the Limitani spearmen. Okay, remember the spearmen in this game seem to have more of an anti-cavalry bonus than they do in RTW. That's what it seems to me anyway. Okay, so he's got a pretty good balanced army there. My guess is he's got some Plumbartii there. There you go, Plumbartii there. And you can see those metal darts. Can you see with the iron tips on the end? Okay, they throw those, and they got a long range as well, these guys. And I think they've got round about 10 of those darts they can throw, and they can cause a heck of a lot of damage to enemy troops before you even get into contact. Then he's got one of the first cohort Eagle units as his general. Okay, so as I say, he's got a good selection of units there. And let's have a look at his cavalry, and he's got a Sarmatian Auxiliary Cavalry. These guys are pretty good. You see, got 7 upgrades on Experience Stripe, Gold Shield, Gold Attack. Okay, so those are pretty good cavalry there for the Western Empire army. So that's not too bad. Our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who has bought the Alemanni faction. Okay, this is another barbarian faction here, and you can see I've got Golden Band infantry here. Okay, as I say, they're pretty good in their own right, but also I like these guys to the chosen axemen. Now these are effective against armor axemen, okay? Now used correctly, these can cut wide swathes through enemy troops and can be quite tough. And then I've got, I say, Golden Band and those effective against armor chosen axemen. And then we come on to my Lombard berserkers here. As I say, I think those are effective against armor swords, and they're pretty tough, big fear factor they bring. Now here, I'd just like to show you some of the archers that I've chosen here. I've got the armoured archers, which are shorter range, and I've got the non-armoured archers that have got a longer range. Okay, so take your pick, you pay your money, you take your chances, like, you know, whichever you want to bring, the longer range archers or the shorter range archer with armour. Depends on what you want to bring there. I think a combination is quite a good idea. And I've got the... if you notice here, I've got the Barbarian Noble Cavalry as my heavy cavalry there. So there's our team. This should be a great battle for you to watch, and it's an unusual Barbarian Invasion battle. I hope you enjoy it. And here is the other team. We have Brotherhood member Spearman, who has got the Roman Eastern Empire Rebels army here. Okay, and these guys, make no mistake, got really good cavalry. As you can see here, he's got his comitates, says there at the front. Once again, missile troops. Okay, so they're always handy to have there. As I say, the Roman armies in this have got so many missile troops, it's very difficult to attack with barbarian infantry. You've got, as I say, long-range archers there. And he's got his big 122-man Eagle units there as well. Imagine the firepower that all those 122 units have got there, with all the pilots that they can throw. I notice he's got the spearman here. Can you see he's got the Legio Lanciarii spearman, very tough spearman. And as I say, spearmen in this game seem to have more of an anti-cavalry bonus than they do in RTW. And I see he's got quite a few spearmen within his army here, so he might be anticipating a lot of cavalry attacks coming in on him, on his army there. But remember, we're all still experimenting at this stage, and here you are, he's got the Equites Clibanarii, and if you notice, those kind of rolling pins that they're carrying there are effective against armour maces. Okay, make no mistake, these are extremely powerful cavalry there. Okay, so I think that's a pretty good, unusual army there, with a lot of spearmen in, and he's got a lot of missile troops there as well. As I say, it's all about experimenting and trying things out here. Their next teammate's Brotherhood member Mad King, who has got the Roman Western Empire Rebels. Okay, if you notice, he's got his Plumbartarii at the front there. Remember, these are the guys that throw those metal-tipped darts. There, you can see them carrying them there. Okay, those are the metal-tipped darts that they throw, and I think they've got about 10 of them, and they've got a good long range as well. And he's got some Eagle units there as well for morale, so that's pretty good infantry. But this is one thing I wanted to show you here, because you'll see this is quite important in the battle. See, he's got his Auxiliary Palatina spearmen there in shield wall formation. Okay, so these guys are in a shield wall formation. They're spearmen, of course, so they're anti-cavalry. Okay, plus they'll hold up infantry for a long time as well if they're attacked by infantry. So that shield wall, spear shield wall there, could prove very important during the course of the battle. Okay, and also you can see Mad King here has got his cavalry there, and I think they are they're the Sarmatian Auxiliary Cavalry there. Okay, so I think that's a pretty interesting army there. Remember, it's all about experimenting and trying things out here, because we're just learning the game, really. Okay, their third teammate is Brotherhood member Aurelius, who has bought the Franks. Now, if you notice here, his infantry are all, okay, the Francisca Herban. Okay, now the Francisca Herban all throw axes and are really tough infantry in their own right. And those axes can cause a heck of a lot of damage to enemy troops. Even Roman troops, they do a lot of damage through their armour. Their archers aren't very good. That's probably the weakest unit that they've got in their army, are the archers. Now here's something I want to show you, religious units. Okay, now morale in Barbarian Invasion seems to be even more important than it is in RTW. Okay, so to bring religious units to give morale to your troops is very important here. And you can see that he's got 2 of those units in his Frankish army, so he's giving a lot of morale there to his troops. Now these are the cavalry I want to show you, the Paladins. Okay, now these are the Paladins here. They've got a massive 10 charge bonus, and they're excellent morale, and they're excellent cavalry. And, you know, when you use these cavalry, you know, they can be battle-winning troops there. So I think that's a pretty good Frankish army there. But what I must tell you here is Rome in this game is still very tough. And we're up against 2 Romans here. And we've got 1 Roman army and 2 barbarian armies in our team. This should be a great one for you to watch. Okay, at the very start of the battle here, you can see Crypto is laying his credentials down on the table here. He is going to be aggressive. He is going to be attacking here. He's moving his archers across the battlefield here to target enemy troops maybe before they can form up. Okay, so you can see here, he's taking his archers forward there in a very aggressive attacking way there. Be interesting to see how the enemy reacts to this. Okay, so you can see Mad King. Remember we looked at this spear wall formation, this spear shield wall formation we looked at earlier. Now look how he's running this formation forward. Now we haven't seen this before in Barbarian Invasion. This is a new tactic that Mad King is using here. Okay, very interesting here, because you can't hit him with cavalry because it's spearman with a big anti-cavalry bonus, and he's going to drive those archers back. The only thing that Crypto can do now is pull those archers back. Okay, so this is a nice use of that spear shield wall there. Okay, let's pause the game for a second. So obviously Crypto would love to smash those infantry with his cavalry to stop him chasing his archers away, but he can't, because this shield wall here comprises of spearmen with big anti-cavalry bonus, so he can't smash them with his cavalry. Okay, they're in tight close formation too. When you put them into shield wall, they go into a very tight close formation there, each unit. Okay, so it's very difficult there. Now I don't know how he's going to combat this shield wall here moving towards him. Be interesting to see. And also the defense on these spearmen are quite high, because if you notice there, we've been shooting loads of arrows into them and we're not causing them many casualties at all. Right, you can see here Crypto's moving his main infantry forward towards that shield wall there. Okay, but make no mistake, that shield wall will hold ages against infantry attacks. And as I say here, you can see Legion here shooting arrows into the flank of that spear unit there, and there are 81 man units, and he's hardly caused any casualties at all. That's a defense that those spearmen have got, so we're not causing them many casualties, even shooting loads of arrows into them. You've got the Franks infantry coming in behind them as well. Look how Mad King's moving that shield wall forward, look, forcing Crypto back. Let's see, all Crypto can do is fall back here, so now we're on the back foot, and the enemy have got the initiative here, look. You see, all Crypto can do, as I say, is move back. As you can see here, Mad King moving his cavalry forward here. So it started off with Crypto being very aggressive, but now you can see Mad King is being very aggressive here, trying to chase down those Roman archers of our allies there, charge them into the forward units of Legion's infantry there. Nice hit there by Mad King. As I say, we're all still learning this game. It's all about experimentation and, as I say, learning to see what we can get out of the battles. It doesn't matter who wins or loses. It's all about kind of learning the game, really. As you can see the Roman armies here moving towards our Roman ally there. You can see Crypto here got his cavalry out on the flank, ready to strike into the flank of those engaged enemy troops. But can you see Mad King still moving that shield wall forward? He still hasn't suffered that many casualties from archers because the defense of those spearmen is so high. Okay, so that is a formidable formation there, I think. Okay, you can see Mad King now bringing his cavalry out to chase Crypto's cavalry away. And I think Crypto's made a good move there in pulling his cavalry back. But as I say here, now you've got those Herban Franks there ready to throw their axes in behind Mad King's shield wall. And as I say, you can see the enemy cavalry bringing their cavalry around our flank now, moving around to our left flank. So we're going to start targeting their cavalry with our archers now, is what I'm thinking, what we need to do. And maybe force those cavalry back a little bit, not to have them so close to our flank there. As I say, the only thing he can do is pull that cavalry back unless he's just going to sit there. Okay, can you see he's put his cavalry into wedge formation there. He's ready to attack. Okay, now here's a rather disturbing thing for us, for our team here. Our poor old Roman ally looks like he's going to be double teamed by 2 Roman armies. Okay, as I say, Rome on this game is really tough. You can still beat them with barbarians, but you've got to get the timing right, and tactics and strategy is very important, even more maybe than RTW. You can see my army there. What I like to do is run through my ally's Roman army once he's engaged and smash into those Roman troops there. Okay, that's what I'd like to do. You can see my Alemanni army in behind my Roman ally there. Okay, so as I say, what we need Legion here to do is maybe hit the Roman troops in front of him, so I can then bring my troops through his troops and smash into those enemy Roman troops. Right, you can see loads of missiles going in here. As I say, the Romans on this game have got loads of missile troops, and that's what makes it so difficult if you're a barbarian faction leader here trying to attack. You can see those Frankish axemen there. Okay, throwing their axes in. You can see there you are. Can you see they're starting to throw, he's getting ready to throw his axes in there. So they could do a heck of a lot of damage too. You can see a lot of dead Lombardi infantry there that have been killed by the axemen. Okay, you can see them laying there. But you see, Mad King's formation, this shield wall formation has been a real nuisance to us, but it's proven really effective. So that's something that we'll learn from this battle. It's really good how he's done that. But meanwhile here you can see that poor old Legion's facing both spearmen and Mad King's Roman infantry here. So he's going to have loads of missiles being thrown into his troops. And as I say, what we need him to do is attack. I'm going to get my troops in behind there. Okay, let's pause the game for a second. Now, if you notice here, Crypto has bought his army. Now what we need is our Roman ally to attack the enemy Roman troops in front of him, and then both Crypto's barbarian army and my barbarian army will go through our allies' Roman infantry and attack the enemy Roman infantry. Okay, so that's a tactic that we're looking at this moment. Okay, but as I say, you can see here on our left flank here, all this enemy cavalry locked and loaded. Make no mistake, they will be looking to smash into our flank the first chance they get. But with all their cavalry down there, hopefully we can maybe take advantage of that and use all of our cavalry to smash into the enemy Roman troops in front of us. Maybe that's something we could do here. Okay, so what we're waiting for here, we're just waiting for Legion to get aggressive and attack. His troops need to take the enemy missiles, and he needs to make first contact with the enemy, okay, to hold and pin them there, where then we can charge our army through. Okay, can you see the pink Lombardi army of Cryptos running forward now? He's probably going to activate his berserkers. We hit Warcry as well because these are barbarian troops. Warcry of course enhances their attacking specifications, and bang, okay, the Lombardi berserkers have been activated. Okay, you can see the red flashing banners flashing on and off, which means the berserkers have now been activated and they've gone into kill mode now. If you like, they're in berserk mode now, and they will start attacking the enemy troops. Okay, so now that Crypto has used all the infantry that he's got left to attack, you can see my Alemanni troops now. I'm going to run them through my Roman ally, and I'm going to smash them into those enemy green troops. Now remember, the Roman, just a glance here, the enemy Roman troops are the green Roman troops, okay? You see light green and darker green there, that is the enemy Roman troops there, and we are now smashing into them. Okay, so you can see that. Now you can see Crypto going to charge his cavalry in there as well, but you can see the enemy are counter-attacking on our left flank with all their cavalry. Bang! As that cavalry charges in. Okay, you can see Crypto's Lombardi cavalry going in, and bang! As it smashes into that green Roman infantry there. Okay, now remember here, the enemy are the blue Franks and the green Romans. Okay, everything else is us. Okay, so you can see I have now activated my berserkers, and I'm charging them into the enemy as well. Plus my effective against armor axemen and my golden band infantry are charging in as well. Make no mistake, I've got my cavalry locked and loaded. I'm just waiting for the chance to charge my cavalry in as well. Those of you that watch our battle videos will know I'm going for that Rome general. That's what I'm going for with my infantry. Here, but you can see the enemy are really charging in from our left flank with their heavy cavalry. Okay, that is a massive impact they're charging in there, plus they're bringing their infantry in as well on our left flank. Okay, you can see a lot of enemy troops there coming in there, so that could be bad news for us that we're getting smashed in the left flank. But can we take out these Roman troops in front of us? That's just what we see. Right, you can see my cavalry locked and loaded there. Okay, and I'm ready to charge in. Remember, it's normal 31k rules except 7 cav max for non-Roman factions, okay? So anything that's not Roman, you can bring 7 cavalry instead of the 6 that we have in RTW. Right, can you see my Alemanni Barbarian Lord cavalry charging in? Just going in there and bang! As I smash in there. Of course, I'm going for that Roman general there. See that green Roman general? I've got my infantry and cavalry all charging there. Yes, we've routed him. So we've taken away the morale bonus there from those enemy troops. Okay, let's just pause the game for a second here. Okay, so you can see my cavalry there has made a breakthrough, along with my infantry. My berserkers, as I say, are activated, and we smashed that Roman general there, which is good, taking the morale bonus away from him. You can see, remember that our Roman ally is the red Romans, and remember that the green Romans are the enemy troops, and the blue Franks are enemy as well. Okay, but you can see a lot of those Frankish cavalry and infantry charging in there. We got a lot of green Roman infantry charging in from our flank, and of course that green cavalry as well charging in. Okay, so as I say, the battle's right up in the air at the moment. Both Crypto and myself have got our berserkers activated here. And look at my cavalry bulging through the enemy lines there. Okay, so I've broken through with my cavalry. Great. I'm going to take out their missile troops that have been shooting into our barbarian troops there as well. So, as I say, my cavalry is smashed through there. Now, I need to concentrate my infantry on those enemy troops coming in on our left flank. Okay, all those enemy troops coming in. As I say, remember the enemy are the green Romans, okay, and the blue Franks. Okay, everything else is us. Okay, so green Romans, blue Franks are the enemy. Everything else is us here. Okay, you can see my cavalry. Right, can you see Legion's going to charge his red Roman cavalry in, and bang, as he smashes into the two of those green engaged Roman troops or so. Great news for us. Okay, so we've taken out all the Roman troops that were in front of us here, routing those. Great hit there by Legion there with his cavalry. Okay, so all the green I nearly said Brutio troops there from RTW, but all the green Roman troops there we've taken out. Okay, so that's good news for us, but the enemy are pouring in from the other side there, so I've got to turn my infantry now to face the threat of those enemy Roman infantry coming in, plus those Franks with their axes that they'll be thrown into us as well. Okay, so what we need to do now is turn our attention to that massive enemy attack coming in on our left. I'm going to have to lock and load my cavalry and charge them in again here. But as I say, you can see a lot of the enemy blue Frankish troops here. I think Crypto's just got 3 units left. I think that's all he's got left there, and they're very battle depleted. Okay, so that's all he's got left. He lost a lot of his men there to that spear wall. That was shield wall that was coming towards them, I think, with the enemy troops behind them with their axes. They're throwing axes there. So there's a close-up of the fight in there. As I say, Legion's got his red Roman infantry engaged there. But, as I say, most of Crypto's units have now been taken out. There's an enemy cavalry charge. Bang! Smashed into my Alemanni, Axemen, and Golden Band infantry. Okay, can you see? I've locked and loaded my cavalry. I'm charging them back in now. And here they go. And bang! As they smash into those enemy troops there. Looking to take out as many of those enemy troops as I can. You can see Legion charging his red cavalry in as well. And bang! As a Summation Auxiliary cavalry smashes into the enemy troops as well here. Okay? So you can see here, we're doing quite well, but if you look at the numbers here, can you see that Legion's general's just been taken out? Bad news for us. Okay, so his Roman general's just been taken out, and look at the number of enemy troops that are left. Okay, this could well be a numbers game here against all these enemy Roman troops there and those Frankish troops there. Okay, so remember, Legion is our ally with his red Roman army. Okay, and on my Alemanni troops, and remember, as I said before, the enemy are the green Romans armies and the blue Frankish army there. Okay, so just at a glance, you can see, now you can see here the Frankish general here, it's got his 2 religious units there, giving morale to his troops. If you notice, some of my cavalry are attacking one of those units there. Okay, those religious units haven't got very good defense, so if you do concentrate any attack on them, they will probably break quite quickly there. Okay, but as I say, remember, the enemy are the green and the blue, and everything else is us. Okay, you can see my cavalry really trying to penetrate into that enemy Roman infantry there. But remember, the Roman infantry got excellent morale, and there's big 122-man units are difficult to break. You can see that Frankish, you can see that Frankish cavalry there getting ready to lock and load. You can see the enemy green cavalry there, Roman cavalry charging into us there, the Eastern Roman rebels there. Okay, but as I say here, you can see Legion pulling his Summation Auxiliary cavalry back, ready to lock and load them. I'm pulling my Barbarian Noble Lords cavalry back as well. But here you can see Legion's infantry there fighting that Frankish cavalry. Okay, let's pause the game for a second here. Okay, so I've got my cavalry locked and loaded. Legion's just got 2 units left there. We need to smash in here. You can see several of my units are starting to rout, but you can see some of the enemy green Roman units are starting to rout as well. I've got 1 Berserker unit still activated and fighting here. So maybe with a massive cavalry charge here, maybe my cavalry charge in here could finish the battle in our favour. We'll just wait and see, but unfortunately I think there's a lot of enemy spearmen, Roman spearmen in there as well, with their big anti-cavalry bonus. That could be a problem. Right, you can see both Legion and myself charging our cavalry in there, and bang, as we smash in there. Look at our cavalry penetrate into those Roman ranks there. But now you can see the Frankish cavalry with their 10 charge bonus counter-attacking us, And remember here, as I say, morale is very important on Barbarian Invasion, and mass routes can happen here because the morale of the troops are not very good. Right, let's just pause the game for a second here. So you can see all my cavalry has now been routed. I think I've got one unit still fighting, and that's that Berserker unit. The rest of my troops, I think, have now been routed by the combined counter-attack of Frankish cavalry and infantry there. Okay, so I think poor old Legion and myself, cavalry, have just all been taken out. All my infantry have just been routed as well. Let's say I've got one Berserker unit left there, and that'll probably be taken out pretty soon. And it looks like the enemy team has gone on to win the battle there. So well done to them. Okay, so let's say it was a great battle. You can see it's a very condensed battle. It certainly isn't a wide battlefield here. You can see a little bit of fighting there, but the main battle was fought in this area here. You can see that's where the most condensed part of the battlefield was there. So as I say, well done to the enemy team there. Great victory for them. But as I say, these battles are all about learning and experimenting. It doesn't matter who wins really. It's what we've gained from that battle from experience here. As I say, when you're learning a new game, it's all about, as I say, just experimenting, trying out different formations, different factions, learning their strengths and weaknesses. As I say, that was a really nice shield wall spear attack there from Mad King. We hadn't seen that before, so that was a nice tactic. There's a Francisca Herbound with their effective against, I think it's effective against armor axes that they throw. And I think it's just a couple of my archers left, which I'm going to probably omit defeat. There you go. Just admitted defeat there. So, as I say, really well done to the enemy team there. Really well played. But as I say, it doesn't matter who wins or loses. It's just what we gain from these battles and experience, like to learn the game. Okay, so just like to say, really well played to everybody in the game there. And it was an average defeat. So, fair enough, like, it's average defeat. I thought it might have been more than that, but average defeat's not too bad. And as I say, it's about learning the faction. So, really well done to Brother Member Spearman. Probably didn't get the kills that he wanted there, but still did quite good with his Roman army. Well done to Mad King, got some good kills there with his Roman army. And well done to Aurelius with his Franks, 1,627 kills. So really well done to the Franks. That just goes to show what a type of faction that is. Well played, guys. My Alemanni army managed to scrape in the highest kills there. So I'm pleased with that Alemanni army there. Did quite well. Crypto probably didn't get the kills that he wanted to, but I think that shield spear wall at the front kind of threw him a little bit there. And well done to Legion there. He probably didn't get the kills that he wanted to with his Roman army. Okay, but I think, as I say, it's all about experimenting and learning the game. And if any of you fancy playing Barbarian Invasion, as you know, we play Rome Total War Friday and Saturdays. We really love that. But Barbarian Night is Sunday night. Let's have a quick look at the statistics of my Alemanni army. The cavalry didn't do too bad. The archers did okay as well. They got reasonable kills there. Berserkers did okay. See, that one Lombard Berserker unit killed 272. So that was a good kill for them. And you can see the Axemen didn't do too bad, and the Golden Band didn't do too bad there. So as I say, we've turned Sunday night into Barbarian Invasion night. We play from about 8 PM onwards. If any of you fancy playing some Barbarian Invasion, it would be nice to see you. That's every Sunday. As I say, we love RTW. We play that every Friday and Saturday, but Barbarian Invasion is Sunday. See you soon.